is Mark Rosen from WCCO TV, and it's my pleasure to introduce my good friend Ron Henderson, the Fitness King, presenting Motivation, one word to help change your life.
Welcome to Motivation. I'm Ron Henderson, aka the Fitness King. With me on today's show, I have the one and only Haleh Saberi. She is an actress and a model. Welcome to Motivation. How are you?
Thank you so much. I'm doing great. Thank you. How are you doing?
I'm doing great. It's a pleasure to have you here because you have such a busy life. I mean, I think you're a full-time nurse.
Yes.
And you're in the modeling, you're in acting, you're doing so many wonderful things. But for people that, about a year and a half ago I had you on Motivation. But for people, Haleh, that don't know anything about you, can you just share a little bit about where did you grow up and what actually got you into modeling, where you're from?
Sure. Thank you for having me here. It's my pleasure as well. I was born and raised in Iran, Tehran, capital city.
Okay.
Yes. And I moved to United States in 2007, December 9, 2007. And I became an American citizen in 2009. And I started modeling and acting a little late.
How late? folks, I got her.
You're not gonna get my age out of me.
Hey, you try, folks. The Fitness King try.
But nice try. Late, I mean by, how younger people, they start early, especially with modeling. My coach always says modeling has an expiration date, which is true, but not completely about acting. I always wanted to be an actress and model since I was 13.
And why?
Because I thought I can influence people in a right way, especially women, the way women were treated in my country. And I'm sure most of the people know right now with all the technology and they have the information, and it's getting better right now, but it used to be very unfair. So I thought I can influence others by showing them that they can get out of that unpleasant situation and do what they really want to, and just live the way they really want to live.
Yes. Were there any female actresses or models that actually inspired you growing up that you kind of, you kind of looked at and you said, "Wow, I want to do that"?
Not that at age, because the technology, we didn't have high-end technology. I remember our TV was black and white TV.
Oh yeah, that's true, yes.
And no computer. I didn't grow up with cell phone or computer.
Really?
Yes, everything paper. And well, I grew up in a military base. And everything was very limited.
So your dad was in the military?
Yes. And so my childhood was basically playing outside with the kids, and I grew up fast. When I was 13, I had to do everything basically around the house. From
so
cooking,
you're a good cook?
cleaning.
You're a good cook?
I am.
Folks, we're all invited to Haleh Saberi's place for some food.
You're all welcome. And I was talking to my coach about cooking, and I said, "Oh, I can't wait to taste what I cooked today." And he said, "You don't taste when you cook?" I said, "No, I don't." And he was like, "Wow."
Well, maybe we don't want to go.
I am a good cook, trust me. I've been cooking since I was 13, and I'm not sure how many people have tried Iranian food, but I'm sure the ones who have, they know how delicious and I don't want to talk about it.
Haleh Saberi, everything is just...
Yes, but it's
Okay.
really, really, it's good.
Okay, I'm going to mark that down, folks. Food from Haleh. Okay. Okay, so there wasn't anybody you actually looked up to. Was modeling and actress, as far as acting in your country, was that kind of forbidden for women to get involved in? How was that looked at or perceived?
Not acting. We have many female actresses there. Some of them, they made it to Hollywood, and
That'd be you?
they're very in a couple years.
I've seen some of your stuff. Come on now.
And we have many great actors back home. But like I said, at that age, I wasn't really familiar the way I should have been with the profession
Sure.
this industry, and I just had a dream that I wanted to work in a medical field
Okay.
and become a model and actress.
So there was the good and the bad, and you probably saw more of the good. You didn't know about the bad until you investigated, right?
Not that at that time.
Right. And then you got into the medical field?
Yes,
When you came here?
after I moved here, I went to, I started college in 2009. For me, it was harder than others because I had to learn English
Right.
and medical terms. That was another different language, which was
Right.
foreign to me. English was my fourth language. I hardly I didn't speak when I moved here. I didn't speak English.
Right.
I knew how to write and read. I think that helped me to pick it up
Right.
quick. But nursing school was very, very tough. Learning English and medical terminology, and working as a single mom, taking care of my two kids. And they were little when we moved here. It was a really challenging life for all of us,
Right.
me and my two kids. But we have gone through all of that together.
Okay.
And
you got your license?
I got my license.
When did you get your license? How long ago was that?
That was 2015.
That had to be a
so-
celebration.
It was, and that was just, I think, one of the best days in my life. That when you see your hard work pays off,
Right,
and
right.
when you see the result,
Oh, yes.
that's just priceless.
Right.
With what I've gone through and the challenges, obstacles I had,
Right.
it was just almost unbelievable. But I made it.
Right. So she's not only beautiful, but she's smart. Okay. Well, it's true.
Sometimes.
It's true. So when you talk about the challenges, give me just one example of a challenge that maybe you had to deal with.
I'm sure lots of single moms, you all know how hard it is to work 2 jobs, taking care of kids, making it to pay bills,
Right.
and all other expenses.
Right.
And on top of that, nursing school that you have to really, really study hard, and you have to know your material.
Right. Know that you know that you know that you know.
They don't have there's no mercy.
Right.
I'm sure it's all professions like that. You have to know what you're doing, but nursing, at least in Minnesota, I don't know
Right.
about the other states, but that was very tough for me because I was still learning English,
Right,
and
right.
I had to study double
Right.
compared to others.
Yes. Now, when you're going through even your nursing, did they help you with your studies at all? Are there people that will help you with that too?
Yes, they had
Tutors?
help, tutors, and I used, and very helpful. But it's not always that you can't learn everything from by teaching.
Right, exactly.
It's just some stuff that you have to pick it up. You have to go through
I tell
it
people
to
that all the
learn
time.
it.
Oh, yes.
Yes. It's just they
Yes.
can't feed it to you.
Oh, yeah. You know, it's interesting about that, though, because briefly, you know, as a trainer for over 40 years, there's so many people that get involved in personal training and coaching like that. And they get a book and they memorize all this stuff, but they have no experience. You have to hands-on experience. There's a big difference between memorizing and passing a test. And so for you to even do what you did, I mean, that had to be really hard. And I'm saying this just to say that obviously there was something inside you that was driving you. What was that driving force? Because that's a lot to do for anybody, especially coming from another country and not knowing the language.
Yes. Since I was a kid, giving up was not in my blood. I believe that came from my grandparents, even my mom.
Right.
She had to fight for her kids, to protect her kids,
Right.
and it's just I hear this question a lot, and I have to think about it.
Right.
They always say, "Where did you get your strength from?"
Right.
You're so driven, and it's just. But as I heard these questions, I had to really sit and think about it
Right.
to see who was my role model.
Right.
And I think it's just combination of I had to go through what I've gone through
Right.
to become the person I
That's who you are
am
now.
right now.
Mhm.
And it's all started from even the childhood. As a baby, I was very sick, and
Oh.
but I just survived, and I healed, and they. Of course, I don't remember, but my mom told me that doctor always told her, "Well, she's a
Right.
fighter."
Right. Oh, yeah.
The part of it comes from, I think, myself. I don't know how much of it is it's true. You're born with some
Right.
qualities
Right.
that
Yes.
you can't get it as it's a gift.
Right. Right.
It's a gift. But everything, my grandparents and my parents, what they have gone through, and it's just I had to go through everything I have gone since my childhood.
Right. Yes.
And as I went through, I just became stronger, especially after I moved here,
Okay.
which was very tough. You imagine leaving your country, going to another country
Right.
that you don't know anyone.
Right.
You don't know the language.
Sure.
You don't even
Sure.
know what's going
Right.
to happen
Sure.
to you. Are you
Yeah.
going to survive?
Right.
How you're going to survive?
Yeah.
No support. It's
Yes.
just.
Did you deal with any discrimination at all when you came over here? You know, from those foreign countries like it sometimes with all the stuff that's gone on, you know?
Not really, not really. I was just focused on
Right.
me and my kids. I
Right.
think I was probably did not notice maybe
Right.
because I
Okay.
was just so focused on my life, my kids,
Right.
and to just survive.
Sure. Oh, yeah. And you got a good story. Do you ever go out and actually speak to corporations or speak to groups? Because I think people would love to hear your story. That's why I'm asking you that.
I haven't. I haven't yet, but I have been asked. I would love to. I would love to go and speak, and because it's just it's good to hear different stories,
Right,
especially
right.
people who come from different countries
Right.
and what they do to survive,
Right. Yes.
and everything they go through in a foreign country. And then after years, now it's been over 11 years.
Wow.
11 year, and I sometimes I forget
Right.
that what I've gone through, and when I get frustrated at myself, I'm not doing enough, and then
Right. Mm-hmm.
my friends remember
How much you've done,
how
and
much
you're
you've
still
done,
doing. You do a
yes.
lot. I feel like, I mean, when I'm sitting at home at night, literally, I can't just watch TV. I have to have study material in front of me because I'd feel like I'm wasting my time if I'm not studying at the same time. So I'm sitting there learning, you know, me with my languages.
Yes.
I'm sitting up there working on my stuff, and so I think we're both very driven people. So
Correct.
let's fast forward. You moved to Minnesota. Who did you contact first to get involved in your acting and your modeling?
That doesn't happen until 2017.
Okay, 2017.
I started modeling in 2013. I went to modeling school briefly to just learn the basics because
Right.
I didn't know anything about
Sure, and how was that?
modeling.
How was that?
It was good. I learned a lot. And now I tell everybody, the younger ones, they have to know their basics.
Sure.
Because no one is going to teach that in front of the camera.
Right.
If you're going in front of the camera, you have to be ready.
Right.
At least with basics
Right,
like poses,
okay,
steps,
right.
everything.
Sure.
So that helped. I think that helped me a lot with my acting. And I started my acting in 2017. You know how with social media, I greatly appreciate
Right.
how social media helped me in many ways, especially in acting. I started my own fan page on Facebook, and I just kept growing.
Oh, it kind of blew up, yeah.
And that's how I got my first contact from Atlanta for my first role ever.
Really? Okay.
Yes.
And what was your first role?
I was working for a very big drug dealer.
Okay. Okay.
And I always loved action movies and drama.
You know.
And so that was my first role. It's coming up soon in Amazon Prime. It's called Consequences. I
Okay.
really enjoyed that role, and I got really good feedback. They told me I have like the natural talent.
Sure.
It's naturally in me, and as I did more, I understood what they meant by that. With acting especially, either you hate it or love it.
Right,
There's no between. Because everybody everybody watch movies and you don't realize how much work has been done to make that movie for people to enjoy.
Right, right.
What they go through
Uh-huh.
and what can go wrong in the middle of it and delay it. It's just so many I've learned that it's just so fascinating
Right.
that how hard they work to bring their dream to life.
Sure, and that's why you do well in it, because you work hard.
Yes, I think that's a huge part of it. You have to be patient,
Right.
first of all. You have to work hard, and you have to have very high tolerance
Right.
because you're interacting with different people
Sure,
coming
sure.
from different cultures,
Sure.
different
Yes.
background.
Yes, yes.
When you're on set, you are in it has its own culture.
Sure.
It's a community.
Sure. A lot of egos too running around.
Yes, absolutely. So you have to have a high tolerance.
Right.
If you really love it,
Right.
you won't let yourself be bothered.
Be caught up
by,
in it, yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Can you tell us a little bit? I know you're involved in I think a series called Vice Squad.
Yes.
What was that about?
That
What was it?
is Vice Squad is still in pre-production.
Okay.
I'm not sure. I don't have a date
Okay.
when you're starting to film that one, but it's a very big franchise
Right. Okay.
series,
Okay.
and they're working very hard. The producer and everybody is working very hard
Right.
to make that happen.
Right.
And we are all the cast and crew. We can't wait to
Right.
just start to be on set for that.
Yeah, I'm
and
sure.
it'll happen
Right.
soon.
Okay.
We all believe in Kevin. He's a really great, just very, very passionate about what he's doing. So that still is on work.
Still, you're waiting on that,
Yes,
right?
but our other series, the trailer just came out, and I don't know if you
Is that the one you got
followed on
nominated
that.
for something?
Unworthy, yes.
Okay. What's it
And
called again?
Unworthy.
Okay.
And the trailer just came out, I believe, a couple days ago, and
For Unworthy?
yes.
Really? Can we get a
And-
copy of that? We can tag it onto the show?
Absolutely, absolutely.
Okay.
And I have to ask
Okay.
permission from
All right,
producer.
sure.
But as soon as I know, I will let you know.
Okay.
But that will come out on this September, and
Okay.
it's going to be showing in Cannes Film Festival May
All right.
20th. So that was a huge accomplishment. We have not won anything yet
Right,
in
okay.
Cannes, but
Okay.
I'm sure we will.
And what was your part in that movie?
I played
Are you a
witch.
vampire? What kind of-
I'm not a vampire.
Well, a witch, come on, folks, a witch, that's like a vampire.
Witch is
No,
different from
Okay,
vampire.
all right, okay. So you,
But that was a very challenging role.
okay.
And I
Are you the good
really-
witch
I
or the bad
really-
witch? Are you the good witch?
I'm not gonna give away
Oh,
anything.
she's wearing white, so I'm gonna go with the good witch. Okay, the good witch.
You'll watch it and you'll find out. But I really enjoyed that
Mm-hmm.
role, really, because it was very challenging for me,
Right.
and it was out of what I've done before that.
Okay.
I really enjoyed it, and I cannot wait.
Okay. And while we're talking, what is your fan page that they can go to if they want to follow you, like on
My
Facebook?
fan page is on Facebook. It is model and actress Haleh Saberi, HalehSaberi. I usually go with my real name.
Right,
It's easier
right.
for people to find
Okay.
me. As I noticed back home, people started searching me, and
Okay.
they started messaging me, and they're like, "You don't know me,
Yeah.
but I know you."
Right, okay.
But I know you.
Okay.
You were a kid. I'm like,
Right.
okay.
Okay. and if they want to hire you for a job, can they go there and get the rest of contact information? Or do you want
Yes,
to give
they
it to
can.
Them?
They can contact me there.
Okay.
Absolutely.
Mhm.
And also, I have my email listed in that
Okay.
page, and also my Instagram page is attached to my
Okay,
fan
so
page.
they can get
on
all that.
Facebook,
Okay,
yes, they
okay.
can get
All right.
everything, all the information
Okay.
on my fan page.
All right, we got a few minutes left, and I want to ask you this. Can you share one, let's say, favorite moment as an actress for you, and then share what was one of your worst experiences as an actress?
Well, I'm going to combine those
Yes.
two together
Yeah.
as I'm not going to call it negative
Right.
because it was not.
Right. Mhm.
It's my role in Unworthy.
Okay.
I never watched horror movies or shows. And when they offered the role to me, I asked about story, and they told me, and I read the script.
Right. Mhm.
I really liked it
Mhm.
because I just felt the connection between me and the character
Right.
somehow.
Mhm.
And so the best part was the role itself.
Right, okay.
Because it challenged me in so many ways,
Right. And you like that. You like the challenge.
I
Yeah,
really,
you like that.
yes, I
Yes.
do.
Mhm.
And if it's easy, I don't want it.
Okay.
But I remember this was summer 2017. We were filming that in a farm, and no one slept.
Right. Mhm.
We went all night. Started afternoon. We went all night till
Yep,
next morning.
yep, mhm, mhm.
And I didn't know some of the scenes,
Yep.
and they walked me to my grave.
Okay.
And it was, I'm not comfortable with dirt.
Sure.
And
Eeriness, yes.
it's just,
Mhm.
and I looked at it, and I looked at everybody.
Mhm.
And you don't want to show your
Sure.
weakness,
Sure.
and,
Oh, yeah.
as an
Sure.
actor.
Yeah.
But it wasn't hard. I got used to it
Mhm.
very quickly.
Right.
which was good. But like I said, it was just challenging. It was a very, very challenging role for me, and it was all great experience.
Right.
Nothing negative about it. And
You got about 30 seconds. What's next for Haleh?
oh, next, I'm just preparing myself for a new market.
Right.
I don't want, and I never wanted to do this as a hobby.
Right.
So for me to move on to the next level, I have to prepare myself.
Right.
So I am training and to be ready for a new market, which is, I'm not sure where yet.
Right.
I'm aiming for California.
Okay.
And that's just my focus right now.
Yeah, don't go to California, because then we got to do Skype interview. Don't go to California, folks. If you've been watching Motivation with the lovely, the talented Haleh Saberi, she's an actress and a model. Thank you for coming on Motivation Day. I mean, I know you're really busy, so I appreciate that you would take the time out to come and be interviewed by this lowly man here when you have all these big stars that you're around all the time. But thank you for coming.
Thank you so much for having me.
Great job.
Thank
Remember,
you.
follow her on Facebook. Make sure you follow me as well on Facebook, Ron Henderson, aka The Fitness King, to find out when this show will air. We're going to see you next time on Motivation. And all that you do, stay fit, stay blessed, and we'll see you next time.
Thank you.
Thank you. That's it.
Thank you.
Whenever you think of an excuse for not to exercise, think about the later years in life. Think about playing with your grandkids. Think about being 70, being able to run. I've never felt better in my life. Get on the floor right now and do some planks.
I could beat you an arm
Let's
wrestling.
let's do it right now.
Count of three, say strong body. Count of three, say strong mind. What do you have? Strong body, strong mind. Say it. Thank you. Give yourself a round of applause. Thank you.
To book Ron Henderson for your next event, call 612-386-8178 or send an email to ron@fitnessking.com. That's ron@fitnessking.com.